people, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to mostly leave Sully outside and we're not going to really have him in the video much, so I'm sorry about that, it's a little disappointing. But instead we're going to be baking. So we're going to make some treats for Sullivan. He loves apples and carrots, so we're going to make something with that in it, and you know, gotta have the molasses, everything in there. So I found a recipe online for horse treats, homemade horse treats, and I've used a recipe very similar to it before. So we're gonna try it. I have a mini muffin pan, so I'm gonna put them in those, and hopefully that works out well to give them a nice like muffin shape. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so first we have our bowl, medium mixing bowl, and a spatula just to mix stuff up. So I'm gonna set the spatula over here. And we're gonna start with our oats. So, you know, classic. These are just quick, this is just quick oatmeal, so, but, you know, this is what we got. So, we have to put 3 cups of this. This is a lot more cost effective, I feel like, than buying all those expensive treats, because we don't have that type of money. So, once we're done with the oats, we put it away. You know, gotta be tidy here. And then we also have to add half a cup of flour. So I have my, I'm using mine that has all the different types in it, so it's a lot easier. Alright. There's our flour. This is getting messy, y'all. We're gonna have to do some cleaning up here. And now, so I'm just gonna clean up my mess a little bit. This is insane, yo. Okay. It's better than it could be. Oh, I just got flour everywhere. Okay, it's fine. So we're going to mix up our dry ingredients first. Yummy, yummy. So you gotta properly mix this. And then we move on to our wet ingredients. All right, so we're back, and now we're going to put in our wet ingredients. So the first wet ingredient I'm gonna put in is the molasses. So horses usually like these pretty good. My horse seems to like it pretty good. So we're just going to put a 1/4 cup of molasses in here. This will help it all stick together more. Make it softer. Make sure you gotta put the lid back on there. I'm just gonna leave that like that because the molasses likes to hang out in there for a while. And then I'm just gonna use my little spatula here to make sure I get it all out. Well, as much as possible because this stuff's sticky. But this will give it'll pretty much help keep everything together. And it's sweet, so the horses like it. Obviously don't overdose your horses on molasses and stuff because it is very sweet and it's very sugary. So, would not recommend that. This is pretty fun though, guys. I think this is gonna work. So then we're gonna add a cup of applesauce in here. And I just have this homemade applesauce. We make our own applesauce so that this way it doesn't have a whole bunch of like preservatives and stuff in it. Just sugar and apples, which is still very sugary, but at least there's not like the weird artificial cinnamon and stuff in here. It's just applesauce, so that's good. So I'm just gonna use this and get a full cup of this in here. This might take a second. This is so obviously delicious for the horses because horses love apples, but it also acts as a mediator to help cut down on the intense molasses flavor, you know? Oh, I'm just getting applesauce everywhere. Okay, we're just gonna do this with our fingers, cause, yeah. It's a horse treat. It's not a human treat. It's fine. Yeah. And delicious. And this is from 2019, so if you make your own homemade applesauce, please make sure it's still good when you put it in your horse treats, because that would be a bummer if it wasn't. So then, oh my goodness, I'm just getting stuff everywhere. So now I'm going to put these away over here, out of the way. I have stuff all over my hands, it's fine. We'll wash them after. And then I have my bowl of slop here, so I'm gonna mix it all together. And hopefully we're gonna get a texture that we can work with. That doesn't look complete, oh, spilled stuff again. It's not completely disgusting. So I made horse treats once before in near Christmas time, and all the horses I gave them to seemed to really, really like them. They were a little bit different, I think. So this recipe, this is what it's supposed to be, but I said, psh, that's lame. So we're gonna add other stuff to it, like chunks of apples and carrots and stuff. And in the Christmas time ones that I made, I put peppermint, but not all of the horses I know like peppermints. So we're just gonna leave this with the apple carrot mixture. So this is pretty good, actually. It's pretty doughy. It's pretty just like mealy. So, you know, I think it's pretty good though. I mean, I could eat this. It's pretty. It's pretty good. It's not that bad. So now for the extra fun part. Okay, so next we're gonna do the fun part. So we have our cutting board and our knife. I just have a normal like kitchen knife. Please be careful with these knives. Do not cut yourselves. I do not recommend that. It's not a good time. I'm also gonna have just my bowl right here. I'm just gonna set it over here and dump my stuff in there when I'm ready. So I'm just gonna start with the apples, because why not? These are crab apples, pretty much, off of my tree that I have at my house. So I'm just gonna cut a couple of these up. This just adds the actual apple flavor. And my horse especially, Sully, loves apples, so yeah. And don't worry about coring it or anything. They're fine. You gotta get them in pretty small chunks though. Yeah, just kind of like attack it. So yes, you gotta chop them. Do not take knife lessons from me. Do not cut like I do. Not the best way. Alright people, I've cut up 2 crab apples and I'm going to mix it into this chunky mix. This, I don't know, I just feel like adding fresh apples adds to it. I just feel like the horses like it more. I don't know. I also have a lot of crab apples I need to get rid of, so might as well put some in these horse treats. So I'd say that the 2 that I put in here is probably good. So if you're gonna use whole, like normal apples, probably just use 1 for this recipe, because I'm also gonna put carrots in here, so this looks pretty good. I'd say it looks pretty good. So now we're gonna do the carrots, and this is gonna be funky. We are back and we have our greased pan and a spoon to dollop our concoction into these little tiny muffin pans. So we're gonna just shove some in here. They're so small. Okay, so we're just gonna put some in here, try to get a little apple, try to get a little of everything. It doesn't really matter how big they are, because I don't think they're gonna really rise. So you can kind of shove them. Well, alright, so we have the most slight of predicaments. There's way too much batter. So, we're gonna make these. And then I guess I'll just have to refill. I guess that will use it up, but I'm not even gonna, I don't even know what to do. Yeah, we'll just make more. We'll just fill them again. This took forever to do, but that was the oven, and let's go put them in. I guess the horses will. Okay, so instead of making them all adorable, cute little muffins like I had hoped, we're gonna make some of them like you were supposed to in the recipe. Because, yeah. So we're gonna get our hands a little dirty here. We're gonna make tiny little balls. So I guess I'm just gonna like, I don't know, make small balls. This doesn't really work. Them out of the oven. They look so beautiful. Now your sisters must go. Go, my beautiful. Alright, it is a different day, but let's see if he likes them. Hey, buddy. He likes them, guys. So that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you try this at home and let me know in the comments down below if your horses liked it. Yeah. See you in the next one.